Hey, it's Jones Loflin, helping you make the best choices with your time so you can thrive. Does your life ever feel like a three-ring circus? If you've followed my work for any amount of time, you know that I co-authored a book called Juggling Elephants, where I talk about how to deal with overload. And the solution that Todd Music and I offer is that you need to manage your work and life like it's a circus. And that's the challenge I have for you this week, is if you're feeling overloaded, is to look at it like a circus. Now, how can doing that help? Well, first of all, I think looking at your work and life like a circus gives you an immediate way to assess where some of your problems or challenges are. When I asked you a few seconds ago, does your life ever feel like a three-ring circus? You started thinking about, yeah, it just feels like the acts are coming and going on all the time, and I just never catch a break. And so I might say to you, okay, so maybe you've got too many acts in your lineup. Or you might say to me, Jones, I just don't, there's so much going on, I can't even wrap my head around it. Okay, maybe you're not being a good ringmaster of your circus. You might say to me, Jones, yeah, I just feel like the circus never ends. It just keeps going and going and going. I'm like, oh, okay, so you need to find some time to stop and be more strategic in how you're getting stuff done. I think it gives you a quick framework to assess where things are. The second thing I think the circus can help you with when it comes to overload is helping you determine where you need to focus more of your time and energy. Take a look at this diagram. In Juggling Elephants, we suggest that you have three rings: a work ring, a self ring, and a relationship ring. Which one of these three rings do you believe is most important? Unless you're a new hire, you're probably saying, Jones, you can't do that. They're all three important. You're right. Let me ask you another question. Which one of these rings do you neglect most often? Many of you are saying self. Okay, so what you're telling me is that all three are important, but you neglect the self one, which probably means you're affecting your ability to perform well in the other two, right? And you begrudgingly will probably say, yeah. I love how the circus model can immediately help you to see where you need to be investing more time and energy to be your best self at work and in all areas of your life. A third value, I think, of looking at the circus analogy for determining how to deal with overload is that you can always find a quick solution on how to take a next step forward. It might not be a perfect solution, but it's a step forward, which if you know me, that's really important, is making imperfect progress. So you might say to me, Jones, I just feel like there's too many acts in my lineup. Okay, let's look at where we might be able to take out an act or to make it smaller so that it doesn't take up as much time in your day. And you might say to me, Jones, I just realized that I'm not being a good ringmaster of my circus and I'm not taking control where I should be. Okay, well, what would taking 10% more control of your day look like? What would you be doing? For some of you, you might just simply say, you know, Jones, I realize that my problem is I'm not working with my performers well. I'm trying to be the ringmaster, go serve the popcorn, to go work with the animals. I'm trying to do it all. Okay, then let's choose one performer that you want to work with differently to take some of those acts or activities away from you to give you time and space to be a better ringmaster of your circus. The key is just to stop and let yourself get into the analogy and say, where am I in this circus world? This is Jones Loft, and I hope it's a fantastic week for you where you say, I wish all of my days were circus days. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today in the Jones Zone.